Hi there. It's August 23rd and time for Proverbs 23. So, we are right in the middle of our 30 sayings that we are supposed to. We'll jump back here real quick. Down to 22. Right? Incline your ear to the words hear the words of the wise and apply your heart to my knowledge, for it will be pleasant if you keep them within you. If all of them are ready on your lips, that means not only memorizing them, but know them and be able to quote them, right? These are 3 chapters that you're supposed to memorize. Okay? And I mean, not chapter and verse. I mean, some people can do it chapter and verse. I never was good at that. But if you know them and they're ingrained in you, okay. I mean, I written for you 30 sayings of counsel and knowledge to make you know what is right and true, that you may give a true answer to those who sent you. Okay, and we did the first 5 yesterday. Don't rob the poor. Right? Don't hang around with angry people, rebels, right? Don't co-sign, right? Don't move landmarks. Don't move boundaries, right? And a skillful man in his work will be noticed by kings. Okay, we'll continue. And this one's important, right? When you sit down to eat with a ruler, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Okay? I sit down to dine with a ruler, right? The president, or more importantly, a prospective employer. Okay, if they invite you out to lunch, eat very light. Okay, they don't want to see a glutton, and it's deceptive food, meaning he's going to watch you. Okay, it's not about the lunch. Okay, it's not even about you talking and telling him about yourself. It's about him watching you. Okay, he's going to see if you put salt on your food before even tasting it. That's going to tell him that you're not open to new ideas. Okay. He's going to watch how you treat the wait staff. Okay? If you look down on them, he may even have one of them drop something just, on purpose before, just to see how you react. We go, oh, you're no good at that. You need to be fired. Or, oh, let me help you. You okay? He's going to look for these things. Deceptive food. Okay? All right. Think about that. Hey, do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone, for suddenly it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle toward heaven. Right? Money. Right? Cease from my wisdom. What does it say? Bestow not the gifts that God hath given thee to get worldly riches. Okay? Be discerning enough to desist. Don't go after money. You will end up worshiping money, and then it's gone. Just like that. Okay? Okay, the next one. Do not eat the bread of a man who is stingy. Do not desire his delicacies, for he is like one who is inwardly calculating, right? Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsels that you have eaten and waste your pleasant words. Okay? Now, stingy people, okay? Eye is evil. That's this evil eye, right? That is covetous as contrary. A good eye is taken for, right, generous. Okay. I'm looking at their notes here. He will not cease till he hath done thee some harm. Right. Have you ever been to like a barbecue or something? Okay, barbecue's a good example. And the one hosting the barbecue is complaining about the cost of things, okay, and inwardly calculating. Stingy. Do you know the steaks are $23 a piece now? Can you believe that? And a 6-pack of drinks is $15. I remember when it was 6. Man, and here, have a steak, have a drink, and inwardly he's going, this is going to cost me a fortune, and it's this, and it'll end up making you sick. Okay, or hang around people like that. Do not eat the bread of a stingy man. Hey, the simple one. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense of your words. Right. If you tell somebody the truth and they're one of these protesters or something, they don't want to hear the truth. Okay, they're just going to call you names. They can't come back on the truth with other truth because what they're believing is a lie, but they will. Right? They just call you names. They'll despise what you say and call you a racist, in other words, so don't bother. 10, do not move an ancient landmark or enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong. He will plead their case with you. Now, he said this yesterday, right? So it's important. You're driving it home. Yesterday, he said, right? Do not move the ancient landmarks that your father have set. Okay. It's once. This is twice. Do not move an ancient landmark or enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer, capital R, is strong. He will plead their cause against you. Right? Don't steal other people's property. Okay? Not a lot of us own property now, but there's still encroachment. Okay? They call it encroachment. It's against the law. 12, apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge. Pretty simple, huh? Heart. Apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge. Okay, 13 and 14. He talks about this a lot too, right? Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you strike him with a rod, he will not die. If you spank them, they won't kill them, right? If you spank them, strike them with a rod, you will save his soul from Sheol or hell. Okay? You have to discipline your kids when they're young, okay? By the time they reach teenagers, they're not going to listen to you, so they have to have these things ingrained in them while they're young. Right? Okay, the next one. My son, if your heart is wide, my heart too will be glad. For my inmost being will exult when your lips speak what is right. Right? Kidneys, that's funny. Right? You like wise kids, right? You got to start training them early, like it says up here. Okay? And you can teach their hearts to be wise. Okay, the next one. Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Okay? Don't envy these evil people. Oh, you got so much money, and they got a big car, and they're not happy, okay? There's a hope for you, okay? There is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. There's a note over here. The prosperity of the wicked shall not continue. Okay, the next one. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Be not among drunkards, or among gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags. Right? And you know how these people are, right? They spend every penny they have on wine, women, and song, right? And food and stuff, and right. The drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags. Right. Hey. Next one, simple one. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Right? Honor your parents all the days of their life. Okay, buy truth and do not sell it. Buy wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Sell your wisdom. You shouldn't sell your wisdom. Some people do, right? They call them motivational speakers, and you got to pay money to get in to hear them speak motivationally, right? They're just after your money, okay? Buy. Do not sell wisdom, right? The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who fathers a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice, right? Make your parents proud, okay? By doing the right thing. Okay. The next one. This was not highlighted for some reason. We'll just highlight it, right? My son, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, and adulteress is a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, and increases the traitors among mankind. Right. Give thyself wholly to wisdom. Right. She seduceth many and causeth them to offend God. Right? Not a good idea. Right? Okay. Now the rest of it, 29 through 35, this is about alcoholism. Okay? And getting addicted to alcohol. It never says in the Bible not to drink. It says not to get drunk. Okay? Not to get so attached to it that you can't live without it. Okay? And that's what this is about. I'll read this. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Okay, wounds without cause. A person will wake up with a hangover and go, where did I get that bruise? They don't know. Who has redness of eyes? Those who tarry long over wine, those who go to try mixed wine or mixed drinks. Do not look at the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup and goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a serpent, it stings like an adder. Your eyes will see strange things. Your heart will utter perverse things, right? When you're drunk, you lose control. You will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, like one who lies on the top of a mast, right? They struck me, you will say, but I was not hurt. They beat me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake? I must have another drink. Okay? Strange things, right? Your eyes will see strange things. When you are drunk, you are out of control. The reason you're not supposed to get drunk is because you are out of control when you are drunk. You should never be out of control, right? And that goes with a lot of different things, okay? A lot of churches now like to be out of control. You should never be out of control of your body, okay? So there you have it. That's Proverbs 23, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 20. Okay. There's 20 with the other ones. All right. We can go over these briefly, right? When you sit down with a ruler, observe carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. Right? There's notes over here, right? Eat with sobriety. Got that? Bridle thine appetite as it were by force and violence. Deceivable meat. For ofttimes the rich, when they bid their inferiors to the table, it is not for the love they bear them, but for their own secret purposes. Right? They're testing you. Okay? They are testing you. Normally they wouldn't eat with you, but they are testing you. They're looking for something, right? So, right? Do not toil to acquire wealth. Okay? Be discerning enough to desist. Right? When your eyes light on it, it's gone. It sprouts wings, flies like an eagle towards heaven. Right? Money never sticks around, right? God sticks around. Okay? Do not eat the bread of a man who is stingy. Okay? Remember that. Don't speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense of your words. Okay? Know when to keep your mouth shut. It's all over Proverbs. Keep your mouth shut, right? Don't move ancient landmarks or boundaries or enter the fields of the fatherless. Apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge. Don't withhold discipline from a child. If you spank him, he won't die. Right? If you spank him, you will save his soul from hell. Okay? And he says this all over Proverbs 2. Okay? Right? Make your parents proud. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart too will be glad. My inmost being will exult when your lips speak what is right. Right? We love to hear our kids to speak what is right. Right? Don't let your heart envy sinners. Right? Continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. There's a future and your hope will not be cut off. Right? Just continue to fear the Lord. Okay? And I'm going to start a study here when this Proverbs is finished about fearing the Lord, because that's a huge problem today, right? Not enough churches, hardly any churches talk about fear of the Lord, all right? They portray him as a kind, benevolent, right? Sunshine and rainbows and would never hurt you. God is to be feared, okay? And they're leading you astray by not teaching you that. So we're going to get into that. Okay. Hear my son, be wise and direct your heart in the way. Be not among drunkards or gluttons, right? Partiers, drunkards, gluttons, eaters of meat, for the drunk and the glutton will come to poverty. Right? Listen to your father who gave you life, and don't despise your mother when she is old. Right? You got that? Some people do. They want to put them away in homes and never think about them. We'll visit you on your birthday, right? That's not honoring your parents. Okay? Buy truth and don't sell it. Right? Buy wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Right? Buy a Bible. Father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who fathers a wise son will be glad. Right? Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice. Make your parents proud. Right? My son, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. Where a prostitute is a deep pit. Okay? You got that? Observe my ways. Right? Your kids are going to emanate you, what you do, okay? If you drink, if you carouse, if you're mean, they're going to emanate that, okay? You have to set the example for your kids, okay? Solomon believed he was setting a good example, so he said, my son, give me your heart, let your eyes observe my ways, right? Don't hang out with prostitutes, adulteresses, right? They're a trap. Okay, and we won't read this again about alcoholism, right? What it is, you'll see things, you'll see strange things. Right? Heart will utter perverse things. You'll be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, like one who lies on top of a mast, right? And you'll get up with a hangover, and you say, why does everything hurt? I can't find any marks, right? Somebody beat me up. I feel like I got run over by a truck, but I can't find any marks. I didn't feel it when they beat me up, but now I feel terrible. It happens. There you go. That's Proverbs 23, and the rest, I think we'll finish these tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. There's 11 here. So one of them I probably separated when it was just one, but there's 30 there. And we will finish those tomorrow and start some more. So there you go. I'll get my thing over here. So stay tuned later. We are in the book of 1 Corinthians, I think chapter 6 today, 6 or 7. So stay tuned for that this afternoon. Give us a like if you think about it, and we'll continue this tomorrow. See you then.